Everything that Sky High does is about access and opportunity, but also thinking about how we can flip traditional models. And I think model building is really something that is rooted in the genesis of how Sky High started and how we think about every aspect of the work we're doing, whether it's food access or the fellowship or grants opportunities. And so the fellowship program really evolved from an internship program that we've been running for the last 10 years. And this year, for the first time, we wanted to make a very deliberate and dedicated effort to transform that internship into an educational opportunity, not only for people who are interested in farming or agriculture or food systems, but for people who might not have access to those opportunities or know what the appropriate entry points are. And so we wanted to eliminate as many barriers to entry for our fellows and make it as accessible as possible.
My name's Ash Rivera, and I'm from Union City, New Jersey.
My name's Catherine Camacho, and I'm from Westchester County.
My name's Madeline Franklin. I go by Frankie, and I'm from Southern California, from Irvine and Orange County.
My name's Yadira Silva. I'm from Staten Island, New York, and my parents are originally from Ecuador. I don't have background in farming professionally. This is my first professional job as a farmer. So yeah, I wasn't actually involved in anything before being here. So it's thrown to the wolves, basically.
I have absolutely no experience, and I also think that's why Sky High was so appealing, is because it was also the only farm job that I could see that was no experience required. It was a true apprenticeship, a true place for learning.
I'm a first-generation farmer. Nobody in my family has farmed before, so starting from square one when it comes to educating myself how to farm, I never had a formal training.
I heard about Sky High Farm through a friend. No idea what it was about. I just received the job posting and I read it. And what I liked about it is the opportunity to learn.
The announcement for the fellowship, goes out on social media through very traditional channels, but also reaches people in places that might not otherwise see a job posting to work on a farm. And we welcome participation from people who have no farming experience at all. To us, that's an opportunity for people to get their foot in the door, to get some exposure, and hopefully to be inspired by a career in agriculture.
I love working with animals. I love growing food, growing flowers, cooking a meal, or sharing what I grow with the people that I love, or even my community. That's how I show affection, and that makes me proud. I think that's what I'm looking for here at Sky High, because I do want to end up in a manager or leadership position where I'm able to educate. I'm a very hands-on learner. Being on a working farm, you have to be tough, you have to be physically strong. It's a very physical job, but you have to think big picture, not just okay, I'm gonna go play with animals. It's all right, I'm feeding people.
I feel like here there's a lot of intention in how we grow things, making sure it's nutritious and it's actually good for people. I feel like that's really important to me, and just living too, just understanding how food works, how plants work. I feel like farming has been really challenging my body too, as well as my mind. What I've been liking about it is that my body is working in these ways that I haven't before, because I really value that. My goals after this would be to continue working with other farms similarly to this one, where it's smaller and more personal. I like my team, I like being around them and the things that they've taught me outside of work. So that's mainly why I want to get into knowing how to grow food. It's I know that I'm putting intention to it and I'm caring about it from beginning to end.
It's a really big privilege to be on this farm and learn from the people around me. And I'm just now connecting the dots. So every day it's like a new dot that I'm connecting, whether it's within like irrigation systems, electric fences. So I feel like I'm just building up this like toolkit so that I have like different things to reach for when something comes up or when I need to problem solve.
I think I've learned so much. Ellie has been a really good teacher, and I think that's what I'm learning from her a lot, is like how to be a really good teacher. In Ecuador back home, I go to my grandma's backyard and I can grab an avocado and a coconut off her tree and eat that, and it just grows. Like I'm not tilling the floor and like managing that soil. Those trees just grow. So it's a really different experience. What interested me about Sky High specifically was the fact that they were a nonprofit farm. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I think of farming in my head, like the work you're doing specifically isn't to make a buck, it's to like help your community out. I was like really fascinated by that prospect and wanted to see like how that's done.
I think the outcome of the fellowship program is going to look different for everyone. My personal hope is that fellows will return to whatever community they live in. I think the focus is really to take something away from this experience of Sky High as a nonprofit that is dedicated to food justice. And even if it's just a concept or an idea that takes root in someone's mind and then helps to inform what they do later on in life, even if it's not in agriculture, I think that we would see that as a success.